Hey guys, Daniel here, Game Master for this live play of Odyssey of the Dragon Lords. For those who may not have 3 hours every week, or even those who just want a concise recap of the events of each game, I will be uploading an abridged version of each session before the next episode goes live. Please forgive the crudity of my video editing skills. I have a lot to learn, and I welcome any tips from video editing pros out there. Anyway, please enjoy some of the highlights of what was a very fun session for me. I'm so looking forward to the continuing story, and thank you for coming along. The future of Thylea looks grim. Monsters menace the roads. Corruption threatens the cities. The storm god Sidon demands daily sacrifices at every temple, and his sister wife, Thylea, kidnaps children for her own secret rituals. The 5 gods who once protected the settlers are silent, and now the oracle has prophesied the doom of Thylea, the death of gods, the destruction of Mitros, and the total annihilation of the mortal races. You are one of a group of warriors who have been summoned to the Heartlands in an attempt to avert this coming catastrophe. You each have reasons for answering the call, but rumors of your coming have already spread across the land. Our first prophesied hero, Falbin the Doomed One.
As Falbin unfurled the summons and read them, he whispered, "So, it finally begins."
Magus.
This is Magus. Who's ready to learn some magic?
Shade, the Vanished One.
My name is Shade, and I'm a member of the Iron Sentinels.
What's with your cat look? I've never seen that before.
I'm merely a man with an uncommon physique in these lands.
Last and certainly not least, we introduce Theo, the Gifted One.
Who would have thought that I would become known as Theo the Inventor? I wonder what Mom would say if she were here now.
I have a message for Theo the Inventor.
Well, looks like we get to meet the Oracle, Rue.
You guys know where you're headed, to the Sour Vintage Inn. You have been summoned here by a woman named Kyra who wants to hire you for a difficult task. She's promised a sizable reward and more information about the Oracle's prophecy. Tell me what you're doing.
So the first thing that I'm going to do, I want to order not something that would get me drunk, but just something that was aromatic and flavorful.
As Shade walks in to the bartender and, "Got any milk?"
Milk?
Yes, milk. Perfect. Do you have a bowl?
Theo goes up to the bar and says, what kind of birds do you have? Do you have any kind of birds for sale that we can eat?
Yeah, if you can catch them.
Oh, alright. Hey, Rue, go get one. Do you think you can cook this up for me?
No,
I approach their table. G'day! And I sit down, and I take the skillet out, start plucking the bird, put it in the skillet, and start roasting it over the candle.
Shade just kind of nods approvingly.
I've not seen anyone catch their own food at a bar before.
Shade is pouring his second bowl of milk.
Theo is nearing the end of having his bird cooked.
After a moment, Falbin lifts his gaze and stares into the plate, meeting eyes with Magus, and says, "Hello. It's been a long time since I've looked anyone in the face."
And that is a shame. My philosophy is that if your goal in life is to not die, you will fail.
So you see step through the door a beautiful dark-haired woman. She is a poet for the king's court. Hello there, I'm Kyra. Thank you so much for answering my summons. I'm here as an agent of the Oracle. She believes that great destinies await you all. A terrifying giant boar has been laying waste to the heartlands in this area. This boar was corrupted by the Titans and sent to punish the mortals of Thylea. Many have attempted to hunt the boar. All have failed. Then you must prove to the people of Thylea that you are the warriors of the Oracle's prophecy, and I know you are. Now hunt this boar and offer it to the gods as a sacrifice. By the way, I'm Kyra. So, how are you enjoying the Sour Vintage so far?
The milk's not bad.
Birds are a bit scrawny.
The birds. You kill me, Theo. Hopefully not literally. I can die. It's not the worst. And,
I'm going to make
and
an insight check on that. Because she is named Kyra.
that's a 10. She's been joking this whole time. Probably another joke.
If it is Kyra, like, I'm not going to be able to catch her in a lie. What am I thinking?
I'm not sure about this whole fated warriors earning renown of the people or any nonsense like that, but if our commission is to kill this boar, what do we need to know?
She waves over two hunters. These two fine young men. They know where to find the boar.
How big is it?
Oh, bloody huge.
Have you seen it have any blind spots or things it avoids?
It avoids sparing people's lives, I think.
Any good bird hunting spots around here?
Not right around where the boar is.
I'd imagine that if we got rid of the boar, the birds would come back.
Alright, I think we should kill this boar.
This is something we must do.
Don't worry, we'll make sure it keeps its attention on us. At least on me.
Yes, that's it. You're already being heroes, and I love it.
Are any of the rooms shared?
You get off to a very quick start, don't you?
I'm going to kind of tilt my head back with the wine, and as I'm taking a sip, I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to offer a quick prayer. Kira, daughter of mischief, if this is not you at my table, one who bears your name does you credit.
As you raise your head back up from bowed in prayer, she has a side glance at you and the tiniest of winks.
Shade would try and get down to business. What is everyone's combat abilities? I assume the front line here.
I mean, I haven't fought boars specifically, but I do have some experience in hand-to-hand combat, though in terms of efficacy, arcane is probably more my dealing. At close range or at par.
Well, I think I'd do best in the back. Far in the back.
So, by the way, there is only one rifle.
What is a rifle? Put in air quotes.
Well, it's something I came up with. You may have heard of me, Theo the Inventor. I invented it, and it's basically a long-range crossbow that's really fast. I also have some spells that I know that I can throw around here and here, but it's mainly support stuff, so...
Well, I am an assassin. I am skilled at hiding in the darkness and killing without notice.
Well, this is probably going to be in broad daylight. Does that cause you any issues?
Surprisingly, it'll still work.
You're going to be sneaking on its hindquarters and stabbing in the butt?
I'm going to give it a new one.
Kyra's just sitting over there, just smiling at all of you.
Sorry, but that lady gives me the creeps.
Oh no. There is none better to grace our table.
She looks at both of you and says, I really aim for both things.
What have I gotten myself into?
Before you go, if tomorrow I am going to be fighting a deadly beast, I would pray that you would grace me with one of your poems before you go.
Oh, you don't want to hear one of my poems, really?
Yes, I do.
Chosen and tested, onward our heroes quested. I'm still working on that one. Good night.
Shade, would you like some of my bird?
Shade eyes the size of it and says, I appreciate the offer, but I don't think that bird was intended for someone of my appetite.
As you guys make your way into the Heartlands, you pass tons of these ravaged farms and settlements. Rocks and trees along the roadside have just been rooted up by its tusks, leaving deep, ragged trenches.
As Megas sees this stuff, his expression darkens and fire kind of flicks between his fingers. I'll just think to myself, on the twins, and I spit on the ground.
Kyra scribbles down on the paper as you spit.
Sensing danger, Falbin is gonna stealth.
Okay, you go invisible immediately. I'm just kidding. You're level 1. You can see a trail of destruction and also a cave with a significant concentration of blood and guts. You hear with your cat ears a terrible sound.
To the hunter, get out!
He goes, what? And a massive boar comes charging out of the cave and immediately impales this sad son of a bitch. The boar tosses his body away like a rag doll, and he draws himself up to full height. It is an ancient white boar, almost albino. It's got fierce red eyes and yellow tusks covered with blood. Magus, you are the only one not surprised by this.
Shade drops that pebble on the ground. It suddenly levitates up as I cast Catapult.
He passes.
It just flies over his shoulder then.
Shade, the boar levels its head down at you, and its red eyes meet your blue eyes, and then it's going to charge into you with its tusks. It is up to Theo.
Alright, I'm gonna unsling my musket.
Kaboom! You shoot it clean in the ear, doing a massive 14 damage to him.
I'm going to try attacking it again with a Firebolt.
That's a hit.
That's a 19 hit. I'm going to use Empower Spell to roll that again.
Falben, you see chaos unfold, but you are unseen. What do?
I think because he's busy with somebody next to him, I can sneak attack.
Oh, that's a crit fail. That is our first nat one. Shade, you are teeth to teeth with this thing. What do?
He just roared at me, so I gotta return the favor. Just like a primal roar of animal fury at this thing.
You see his confidence shudder for a moment, and then his eyes just steal towards you, and he uses his legendary resistance.
A legendary resistance against level 1 player?
I shoot that feller.
Yes, that hits. 15 damage.
He is a damage dealer.
He is bloodied. There are just like holes peppering this guy, and blood is just streaming onto the field below. He is going to take a legendary action.
Oh
my.
shit.
Oh no.
And Falben, you see his face turn over to you,
Great.
snorts, and he's going to charge you.
Do I get an attack of opportunity?
You are prone, so it'll be disadvantaged, but you do.
Oh yeah, I'm doing it.
Okay.
I'm using my sentinel to stop him in his tracks.
Oh, Falvin, he's coming for you. He was gonna knock you out, absolutely. Tell me how you enact this first very important sentinel attack.
It's like he gets knocked down, the boar turns to charge, and with a snarl, he just like whips the glaive around two-handed and just like catches its front leg and like jerks it off balance.
All right. Well, I am bound and determined that this boar will know my dagger.
That's a hit. Total of 12 damage. Nice.
So the dagger goes in, and what's strange about it is it vanishes and returns to me.
And it is going to take its last legendary action to turn and tusk at you one more time.
I scream in its face as it does.
You take 14 bludgeoning damage, and you are downed. That's a 24 to hit. It does 14 damage.
I am toast.
It's an automatic 2 death saves. Failed. It's going to come down with a stomp, though. It crits. Shade, your white and black fur now runs mostly red. Your vision remains just long enough to see this hoof about the size of a table come down and just crush your entire rib cage, and your lights go out. Shade is dead. Theo.
I will avenge you. Die.
That's a crit fail.
God.
Megas, you can move and act normally. Your mind clears, focus spells itself out in front of you.
Okay, I know what I'm doing. I am going to cast Burning Hands.
Shade, you're too dead to feel the heat passing so close to your body. The great boar writhes and screams, and with the smell of bacon, falls to the ground, and it is dead. And beside it, the obliterated form of Shade.
Shade, I have milk.
Oh, cat, you were a good cat.
Kyra's in tears. We will honor him. We will take him with us, but we still have work to do.
For Shade.
You must decide who to sacrifice to.
Magus, you seem a scholar.
Not to the Titans, and I would physically oppose anyone who would do so. In the spirit of sacrifice, I say that we dedicate this to Mitros.
A worthy choice. If anyone would like to do the honors of lighting this filth aflame,
I would be happy to dispose of it.
the power of the ritual seems to accelerate the sacrificial process, and after an hour, it is consumed to ash. And as the last flame goes out, there is a beacon of radiant light that parts the clouds and just showers down. You feel warmth, protection, you feel safety. This is the divine touch of the god Mitros herself. Shade, you're just in a void, like you're waiting for something.
Looking around, I just don't see anything.
You don't see anything. It's dark. But it's like not like you even have eyes to see right now. Sense doesn't mean anything. But you feel a cooling breeze on your fur, and you hear a whisper. Your ears perk up, and you hear Lucos.
What? Who?
You know who this is. Not accustomed to death. That's good. I don't want you to get too comfortable with the feeling.
Is that what this is?
Not yet, it isn't. Now go on. You start to hear the sounds of the forest. You start to smell cooking meat. And with a snap, your heart starts to beat and your blue eyes pop open. And you're alive.
Yay, I'm not dead.
You're not dead. You got really killed there.
Yeah,
You got killed hard.
You got killed really hard.
I mean, I got face down the ire of a legendary beast at level 1.
Yep.
Like,